This episode will cover mechanic privileges and limitations. What publication should a mechanic consult to determine if a repair is considered major or minor? (14) CFR Part 43, Appendix A. Where in the FARs will you find the certificate requirements for mechanics? FAR Part 65. What are the ratings issued under a mechanic certificate? Airframe and power plant. What type of work may a certified mechanic perform? A mechanic may perform or supervise maintenance, preventative maintenance, or alterations. Is a certified airframe mechanic allowed to perform maintenance on engines? Not unless they are supervised by a certified power plant mechanic. What are the limitations to a mechanic's privileges with regards to propellers? A mechanic may not perform or supervise major repairs or major alterations of propellers. Is a mechanic allowed to repair or alter an aircraft instrument? No. Mechanics may not perform any repairs or alterations to instruments. What are the requirements for recent experience in order to exercise the privileges of your mechanic certificate or rating? You must have worked as a mechanic or technically supervised other mechanics for at least 6 months out of the past 24 months. What authority does a mechanic have regarding approval for return to service? A mechanic may approve an aircraft airframe, engine, propeller, or appliance for return to service in accordance with the provisions of FAR Part 65. What are the privileges of an A&P mechanic regarding inspections? A mechanic may perform and approve for return to service an airframe or engine following a 100-hour inspection. What is the duration of a mechanic's certificate? The certificate is valid until surrendered, suspended, or revoked. What are the privileges and limitations of an A&P mechanic regarding major repairs and alterations to airframes and engines and their approval for return to service? A&P mechanics may perform major repairs and alterations, but may not approve them for return to service unless they hold an inspection authorization. In addition to performing maintenance, what other privileges are granted to power plant mechanics? A power plant mechanic may perform a 100-hour inspection on an engine and approve the engine for return to service. When may a mechanic perform an annual inspection and return the aircraft to service? When the mechanic holds an inspection authorization. May a mechanic supervise an inspection or a portion of an inspection and then approve the aircraft for return to service? No. The mechanic approving the aircraft for return to service must actually perform the inspection. What is the duration of the temporary airman certificate? 120 days. If a mechanic's certificate is revoked, how long must he or she wait before applying for a new certificate? 1 year, unless the revocation order states otherwise. What should a mechanic do if his or her temporary certificate is about to expire? Contact a local FAA office and seek assistance. Is a person with a private pilot certificate allowed to perform maintenance, and if so, what are his or her limitations? A pilot may perform preventative maintenance in accordance with FAR Part 43.3 and 43.7 and Appendix A on an airplane owned by the pilot. He or she can also approve the aircraft for return to service following that maintenance. What are your requirements as an aircraft mechanic when you have a change of address? You must notify the FAA in writing within 30 days of any change to your permanent address.